Afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. Same process ever. Just please be mindful that it's obviously a busy open section with it being a Sunday game. We'll set an embargo towards the end for 10:30 on Saturday evening. Start with Ian, please.
Thank you. Hello, Pep. Can I ask you an update on the fitness of Erling Haaland for this game?
Don't know yet. Tomorrow we'll know it. I don't know yet.
Hopeful?
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know yet. Because we didn't train today, and until tomorrow he will test, I guess, but I don't know.
How do you think your team is set up to be able to cope without Erling now? Obviously, Omar Marmoush has made a good impact since he came in. Do you feel more confident the side can cope without a player like Erling now than maybe a few weeks ago?
It's better to have Erling on the pitch than we don't have it, obviously. But with Erling, we are in the position that we are right now. So everybody is responsible, the good things and the bad things for the team. But of course, with Erling, we are stronger.
John Stones, do you know about him, whether he will be available or not?
He's injured, a difficult one. Next hours, days, we'll know if he needs surgery or not.
So it's a longer period for John then, potentially? Okay.
Like Mano Kanji.
Just finally, obviously this Liverpool team have been brilliant so far this season. They're well clear at the top. What do you see as the key strengths of this side, maybe compared to past Liverpool teams that you've played?
But I have a consistency quite similar with Jurgen, so deserves to be up there, close to with Arsenal fighting for the title. So big compliment. So top team in many aspects. Otherwise, cannot be just lost. I think one game in the Premier League. So that's why good test for us.
Are they? Because Liverpool have been praised for perhaps having a little bit more control in their games this season, are they stronger this year than they were under Klopp?
I'm not going to answer that question. I have much respect for Jurgen and Aaron. I know you want to go, but I will not play that game.
What do you want to see on Sunday from your team? It seems this season they're so up and so down. One game can be great, one game can be a bit like Real Madrid on Wednesday, for example. So what's important to see from you on Sunday?
I think we are in a not bad moment. A good, if you see some, apart from Madrid was a better team. It's a better team right now. So I had the feeling that not just against Madrid, many years in the Champions League, we can compete with any team. We can going through or going out of the competition, always we were there. I think everybody knows that the previous seasons against that team, exceptional team, we were able, they feel it, we feel it, that we were there in many aspects better than them, but this season we're not. It's happened, accept the reality. Maybe we couldn't go through, but sooner or later, with the situation, look now with the two central defenders again out for 2 or 3 months, we could not go further. And many competitions, and the priority, the Premier League is massive, important for us. So, and we want to see. But in terms of the other part of that, in the Premier League, we did a good games. Even we lost 5-1 against Arsenal. I would say that we played really good 60 minutes, except the first 5. We conceded a goal, and give away another chance. The rest was good, but we are not stable. But in games, and other games like have been, for example, Newcastle, we have been at a high level. So. Is read because every game is different, the opponent is different, the strength of the opponent is different, and try to take a good game and the points that we need to stay up there to qualify for next season, where we were the last Wednesday.
Finally, from me, Neil Warnock's downstairs. I think you're going to speak to him afterwards. Are you lining him up for the day that you do go? It
will be a pleasure to see him again. So I think I said many times. So Neil, like Sam Allardyce, like Mr. Ragnap, so have been a legend in this country. Have done this English football a better place for sure. So and then sometimes now for the modern football, this type of English managers for a long time is look like, and it's not true. So I admire them a lot. What the contribution have done in the world football for different perspective, different way. And of course, I would like to. Hopefully, he doesn't shout me.
Pep, do you see this game as a positive following the European exit in midweek, or is it even tougher on the back of that? Is it good to have a big side coming to the Etihad on Sunday?
The schedule is the schedule, so I never complain about that. Sometimes you have different ones. Of course, after this game today and Wednesday against the Spurs, the fixture will be the time between game and game will be, we'll have 6-7 days between them. So to prepare, to recover players and see we can do the last part of the 3 months, the end of the season. So to give our best.
And do you see it as being a more open game of football, given Liverpool's style of play and the fact that they are conceding goals of late? They've conceded 6 in their last 8 Premier League games. Have conceded in 6 games of their last 8.
I don't know. The question for Aaron. So for me, it's an exceptional team. I have done, I said many times, have been the biggest rival in my tenure here. So of course, Arsenal right now in the last years have been involved as well. And I could not expect differently that the Liverpool being in the position that they are.
Joe.
Hi Pep. Kevin was on the bench in Madrid and didn't come off. Was there any injury associated with that? So why did you feel that he was not ready for that?
Decisions. My decision.
Do you think that he is at a stage of his career where he can still play in these big games and you still trust him?
Of course. He played in Madrid at home. Of course he can play.
Joe.
How is have you spoken to Kevin about that? Because he obviously didn't start at Arsenal, I think, as well. It must be an unusual situation for him to be in.
Yeah, it's my decision. Normally I don't speak, not for Kevin. You know, the relation with Kevin is exceptional. So I cannot be thank enough what done to me, to the team and everyone. It's just decision. Normally I don't speak with the players, not just the Kevin, anyone, why they play. They don't ask me the reason why when I decide to let them play in the beginning or during the game. It's just the decisions for what seen, for many reasons, not a few reasons. So it's not, never ever is personal, never ever is I'm upset, never ever. Also Jeremy didn't play. And the last game played, I think, was in Ipswich Town, plays unbelievable, the game, you know, and after the 70 minutes was injured. But maybe for the demanding, for the way now we need to play, because for the absence of strength that we have and physicality and many things, we need the games for more control or more not up and downs. Don't tell me why. So it's not personal. I decide the decisions and that's all. So no more than that.
Can I just ask what the injury is for John Stones? Is it a recurrence?
It's here in front, quadriceps, yeah. But
You do this to me all the time.
it's here.
Here, quad, at the front, the quad.
What an assistant I have, huh?
I'm not a doctor.
Next year, a doctor will sit here. For the amount of injuries that we have a doctor here to clarify exactly what they have.
Is
Will be for a
that
while.
thigh?
Yeah, here in front, yeah.
When you're looking towards the future, there's also been quite a few players that have picked up a lot of injuries. How you presumably you just can't keep going with these players if you.
That is the reality. We have to sit down with the doctor, with physios, with the players, with the agents, and be clear that some of them cannot sustain every 3 days, every month or 2 months, playing every 3-4 days. So this is the reality. So it's 1 more year and a World Cup. So we have already a lot of players that cannot sustain that we have in the past. You know, every week in, week out, and playing, it doesn't matter, different competitions, travels, without the problems. So this is the most, you tell me where am I concerned, it's just that the quality is there, you know, but the quality we can abuse because injured for a long time and recover, and have to be in the demanding opponents that today in the modern football decide with bad season. Listen, we deserve to have a bad season, so it can happen. So always we compete in Champions League until last stages. during 8 years in group stage, always we first finish first, except 1 year, and arrive in quarterfinals, semifinals most of the times, and this isn't even qualifying, I would say, for in these stages, because it can happen. So there's no good, but it can happen. But the reality is that for the future, if you want to be there again, you have to be players fit and available, and it can happen sometimes, but already it's many times happen, and today is so demanding for the teams are quicker and faster, stronger, and many things, and we cannot handle it right now. So this is the reality. Sorry.
That's all right. I was just going to ask about Marmoush. Pepe's going up against Salah on Sunday. Do you see any similarities? They obviously play together as for Egypt. Do you see any similarities between them as players, Marmoush and Salah?
Already, I think Salah has done for many years in the toughest league in the world, and now Omar is coming here to prove himself. So I think Omar has done unbelievable in Germany, and we will see his future and his performance will dictate the level will he have.
Pleased with what you've seen from him so far, though, presumably.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey Pep, obviously on Wednesday it was a big defeat in a competition that you all value very highly. I suppose it must drain a lot of mental and physical strength from the players. How do you lift them after such a night like that?
We have been here. The defeat, I would say, listen, we had defeats the previous 3 seasons in Madrid, but the body was a little bit more painful than this time. So in previous seasons, when we make games in for I don't know, something you cannot control, not just against Madrid, it's a little bit it's a pity, But this time they were better. I think many times, and the best way to get in better is accept it. That is the standards that right now we were there in the past, not just against Madrid last 3 years, in all the teams that we could face them, and they felt it. And sometimes lucky make the final decisions, but this time no. And as much as a club, we accept that is the level that except case now for John, for Manu, for managers, for players that a certain age they have right now, we cannot. We had the feeling that maybe we went through in the next round. We will struggle the same we struggle right now. Atletico Madrid should have been, or another in quarterfinals, semifinals, because we are not depth squad, we are not the full squad, and all the season we struggle. So that's why I accept it. I think the best way to be a better professional, a better team, a better player, a better manager is accept always the reality. When you hide yourself just to be nice here in the mess conference to win some votes in elections in the poll, so it doesn't work. So, and I know what was our standard, right? Everybody knows how the level we played. I know how close we were in the elite and the top clubs in the world, how close we were. And when we are not, well, had the night. I would say we were good when we have been the last 3 seasons against Madrid the way we play. No, it can have, of course, have happened in all the clubs and all the teams around the world. And sometimes there are seasons that they are not like we were expecting. Start, for Inter de Milan, we have in the last 5 minutes in the first game, Gundo in front of the keeper for nothing within a score. And that will start to be, because so far in that moment we're top of the league, and start 3 days later, ACL for Rodri injured after 7-8 minutes, so when it start getting worse and getting worse. Always you think, I remember last week I said to guys, we have all the central defenders back. The game against, I think, Madrid, before Madrid or something like that. All central defender back, guys, now you see. 1 week later, 2 central defenders 4 months out, 2 and 2, or 3 and 3. So all the seasons have been like that, and sometimes. But in the same times, we know, and everybody knows, there is no year like a massive 1,000 million teams have a surgery in the muscles. You have a hamstring, but you cannot imagine how many teams have surgery in the muscles. So something is going on, not just with us. Look Spurs, look Arsenal, look how many teams it happened. And for many years we are talking about that, but of course not going to suggest. With Jurgen, I think, lead that subject. I was there, standby, to say it's a lot of games. So more than 50 games is too much for the players to the end of the season. It's too much for the human being, for the body cannot sustain a medical issue. And we arrived at 65, 70. And at the end, look what happened. It's not just Man City, it's all the clubs. Look Madrid. Madrid had a lot of problems in the injuries as well. In the future, we'll be getting worse and worse. And that's why when Jack asked me about, of course I'm concerned. So by season, by next season, everybody will be fit. Of course, the problems that always you have, but not amount. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
The embargo of 10.